What is up, people? Dunna here, and today we're gonna do something that you guys have been asking me to do for such a long time. I'm gonna show you guys how I color correct and color grade my video footage. But I wanted to make this a little bit more special, so I'm actually gonna be doing it in two different ways. The first way is the way that I normally do it using Lumetri Color, the built-in plugin inside Adobe Premiere Pro. And the second way is using a third-party plugin called CinemaGrade that's supposed to make the whole process easier for you. CinemaGrade reached out to me a little while ago, hooked me up with the license so that I could try it out and share it with you guys. So you guys get the chance to see the normal way that I would do it, just using Premiere Pro and Lumetri, as well as the CinemaGrade way, and you can decide what works best for you if you want to take any of these techniques and use them on your own footage. So what we're looking at on the screen here is my custom kind of setup. I've got the Lumetri Color panel on the right-hand side, and I've got my Lumetri scopes over on the left-hand side. And if you can't see either of these on your screen, you just go up to Window, you're gonna go down to Lumetri Color and Lumetri scopes, and if you click those, they'll appear on the screen, and then you can customize it however you want. Now, the first layer that we're gonna do on this is just correcting. So basically what that means is we're gonna try and make the footage look as kind of normal as possible. We're not trying to add any kind of special flavor or anything yet. We'll do that after. What we're trying to do now is get it from what it looks like, which is this kind of soft, yellowy kind of look, back to what I look like in real life. So both of these are the same shot. I'm just gonna use one for Lumetri and one for CinemaGrade. I shot this using Picture Profile 6 on the A6400, so it's Cine 2, so it's a little bit more flat than your standard picture would be. Just gives me a little bit of extra dynamic range. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to my basic correction, and I'm gonna go to Input LUT, and I'm gonna choose the Leeming LUT 1 Cine 2. Now, you may not have seen anything. You gotta look really close for it. It only changes the color a slight amount. It doesn't actually fix any of the contrast or exposure or anything that we're going to do in a second. That Leeming LUT comes from a pack that you can purchase. Definitely kind of cool. I've been playing with it for a little while and I really like it. So we throw on that technical LUT and then I hop straight down to my curves. Now, watching this graph over here, I'm gonna watch this bottom line. This is where the blacks are in my shirt. I'm gonna take this bottom point and I'm gonna pull it down until it's just snuggling up against that zero line there. And then I'm gonna take this high part, and I can see that there are some pretty bright brights on the edge of this window, and that's probably this here. So I'm gonna drag that to the left a little bit and make it brighter. I don't mind if these guys are clipping just a little bit. And then I'm gonna make a couple of points, one for shadows, one for midtones, and one for highlights. And I'm just gonna start giving it a little bit of contrast, mostly by bringing up my midtones and highlights. So kind of before, so this is just the plain Cine 2 look, and this is after with some of that corrected. Although I'm doing a little too much to my shadows and my blacks. I'm gonna bring those up a little bit still. Okay, so far we've basically corrected for light, and I always wanna do light first. I'm gonna go to my creative and I'm gonna crank up the saturation, 130. There you go. Now you can see that my color, I obviously didn't nail my white balance. So we're gonna go back to basic correction. I'm gonna choose my white balance selector. Now, sometimes I use my gray hat, but I find it doesn't work all the time. These walls are kind of an off-white, so they don't work very well. But my ceiling is supposed to be perfectly white, so I'm gonna click up here, and it corrects my white balance. And now things are getting pretty close to looking realistic. There's one other thing that I like to do. I'm gonna go back into my curves. I'm gonna go down to the hue versus hue, and I'm gonna grab one point and just drag it up ever so slightly. For whatever reason, I find that this really helps with my Sony footage. I have a whole video on that I'll link up here if you want to check it out. It just kind of fixes this weird greenish yellow tint that happens to Sony footage for some reason. I'm shifting the entire hue of all the colors, and it's just pleasing to my eye. So that's the first layer that we're gonna do. It's the color correction. And then on top of that, we're going to apply a color grade. And likely the color grade would go across all the clips on your timeline so that they have kind of one congruent look to them. So you go through and make sure all the clips are looking natural like this one does, and then you can apply a grade on top of them. Now there are two ways that you can apply a grade. You can either add another Lumetri Color effect here, and it'll add another effect in your actual effects panel, or the more typical way would be to add an adjustment layer on top and apply the effect to that. So we're gonna click this little new item button down here. I'm gonna add a new adjustment layer, make sure it's the same as my sequence. I'm gonna drag it in on top. And then making sure that you're selected on the adjustment layer, we can now start to apply a grade. Now, like a lot of people, I like to use LUTs for my grade. It makes the process really snappy. I've purchased some LUT packs, and there are some that are built into Premiere that are really awesome. I'll try and use one that's built into Premiere so that if you're using this and following this method, you should have this. So we're gonna dig down. I'm pretty sure these like Fuji ones are all built into Adobe. Let's try a couple of these. And you can preview them on the right-hand side here by clicking the right arrow. Kind of like the Fuji Eterna. And then you can adjust the intensity of that LUT down here. So basically you're saying like 100% of the effect and then dialing it back to 0% of the effect. Now it's added a little bit too much contrast, so I'm gonna go back into my basic correction, still on my color grade on my adjustment layer, and I'm gonna dial that back a little bit. We can test it, so before the color grade, after, it's starting to look good. You just bring up the shadows a little bit. Lay into that a little bit more now. Here we go. Now, something that can make your video pop even more is to add color contrast. And the way that I like to do that is to go to my color wheels. And what I like to do with this is I'll push colors into the midtones, shadows, and highlights on opposite ends of the color wheel. And what that does is they're complementary to each other, so they look nice together, but you're making them kind of stand out from each other, hence color contrast. So for example, your skin tones are in the midtones. So I'm gonna give them a little bit more orange because that's what our skin tones naturally are, like so. And then in my shadows, I'm gonna bring the opposite of that. So orange was up and to the left. So shadows, I'm gonna go down to the right. That's gonna make it a little bit more blue. And with the highlights, I'm maybe gonna take it down again and just push the midtones a little harder. So no color contrast. Color contrast. I'm also warming up the image quite a bit because there's a lot of midtones. Now, if you want to get that kind of faded film look, they've actually got a slider built right into the creative panel, and dial that up to about 10. I find somewhere around 10 looks nice without kind of overdoing it. And then the last thing that I like to do is go into my curves and start to play with the different colors. Typically, I'm using hue versus saturation and hue versus hue to make most of these changes. In hue versus saturation, I like to make a mark right around where my skin tone is and leave it alone, but then get rid of a bunch of yellow. Basically what this is doing is I'm choosing different colors within the frame, and I'm either saturating them more or I'm getting rid of some of the saturation. So I'm either making more orange or less orange. And in this case, I'm taking out some of the yellow, leave some of the blue. I'm gonna take out some of this kind of pink color here. It's quite subtle. Then I'm gonna go down to hue versus hue. And the nice thing too is if you wanna use this eyedropper, you can actually click on your skin tone and then adjust it as necessary. So I can go full Hulk mode, or I can be some kind of a purple alien. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more red. And you can keep an eye over on the Lumetri scopes. This line right here is your skin tone line. So you want it to be somewhere around there. Might have gone a little overboard with the pink. Something like that. That's feeling a little better. And let's take our deep blues and make them just a little bit more teal. You'll notice this on the edge of my arm here, where there's a little bit of that kind of blue. We're just gonna make it a little bit more teal. So before and after. And that's pretty much it. So we went from our Cine 2 raw shot, nothing going on here. We added a color correction layer right on the clip itself. And then we added an adjustment layer with our color grade, and that's the look of our video. If you have any questions about the way that I did this, leave a comment below, let me know. And now we're gonna hop over to the second one. Again, same shot, and we're gonna go into cinema grade. Now you have to apply this as an effect. Lumetri Color is kind of automatically applied as soon as you start using the Lumetri Color panel. But with this one, we're gonna go into effects. I'm just gonna search for cinema grade. We're gonna drag it onto that clip. You can do it onto an adjustment layer above if you want to. And then I'm gonna click Open Controls under my effect controls for that clip. It's gonna actually launch its own window. So we've got our scopes on the bottom, we've got a panel on the left-hand side that hides itself, a panel on the right-hand side that has a lot of the same things that we were just seeing before. But what Cinema Grade is really boasting is the ability to just click and drag on the actual image itself. So for example, there are quick commands for all of these up here, but we've got exposure, shadows, midtone, highlights, we've got contrast and contrast pivot, we've got our color temperature, we've got our saturation adjustments, and then we've got our color adjustments. So again, the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to go over to this left panel here. We're gonna choose an input LUT. I've already imported it, but it's that same Leeming LUT, so we're starting from the exact same place. And then we're gonna start from the same place again. We can click on this, we're choosing exposure adjustment, and now all we do is we go click on the image and drag up and down, and it's going to change everything for us. Just make it a little bit brighter to start with. And then I'm gonna go to shadows, midtones, and highlights. And what I'm gonna do is I drop a pin, let's say somewhere down on my shirt here, and then I'm gonna drag it down. And again, I'm watching the bottom left here so I can see when I'm kind of hitting that black point. Now I'm gonna go over and drop a pin and then click and drag it, make it a little brighter. Again, I don't mind if that is clipping a little bit over there. Then I'm gonna drop one right on the middle of my nose, and I'm gonna get my skin tones approximately where I want them. So there's really no guesswork here. You just kind of drop pins wherever you want and it adjusts the right parameters for you. So now that we've got our exposure decent, we can play with our contrast. And then we can play with our contrast pivot. So basically that's the point on that curves where it would be making more contrast. The downside that I've found to Cinema Grade is that there is no curves, and I really like to use the curves. I'm gonna go over to saturation for a second and basically crank it up. And then I'm gonna go back to this color temperature, and I'm actually gonna choose auto white balance because I find it does at least a half decent job of it. The white looks pretty white up here. Now you can actually choose your saturation for your shadows, midtones, and highlights, which is something that you can do in Lumetri Color as well, but I don't often do. And then moving on to our hue, saturation, and luma adjustment. This is more about what I did in the curves on my grading layer, so we'll save that for now. So that's looking pretty good for our color correction layer. Now what I can do within Cinema Grade itself without having to create another layer is now I can move over to my final grading, and now I have another layer of all of those same controls, everything that I had before, plus on the left-hand side, now I can go through and look at some looks and some LUTs that I have, as well as they have the ability to transfer a look if you have another photo that you're trying to kind of copy the style of. I'm gonna pop in and take a look at some of the LUTs that they gave me with this pack. I think you can purchase them as one of their like bundles. One of the nice things too is that you can actually see all of the different looks right in front of you. They give you a little preview of it. 3513 Rec 709. I'm gonna choose that and hit accept. Bam, wow. So that's way too intense. So we're gonna hop over here. Again, we've got what they call a mix slider. Essentially, again, it's the amount that we're going to be applying the LUT. So it's at 100% right now. I can go back down to 0. We're probably gonna find somewhere in the middle. In fact, maybe directly in the middle. 50% looks pretty good. And this LUT has actually done some of the things that I like to do with the curves layers and the hue versus hue in Lumetri Color. So I don't think I really need to even do any of that, but just to show you guys, on this third one, hue, saturation, luma adjustment, basically again, you click it drops a pin there. And now if I just drag up and down, I'm changing the color of anything that's that color. If I hold shift and drag up and down, it's now changing the saturation of that. And if I hold command and go up and down, it's changing the luminance of it, so the brightness of those specific colors. But I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's got a decent amount of that orange and teal thing going on. Actually, there might be a little too much blue in there. So what I can do is I can either select a blue point and hit shift and drag. Now I'm affecting just the saturation on the blue, so I can make all the blues intense, or I can dial them back a little bit. Or I can go over to the right-hand side here, and I can scroll down to my vectors. I can choose blue, and I can dial back the saturation. So it's kind of got the, like, if you don't know how to use the sliders and stuff, you can just kind of click and drag right on the picture. And if you do know how to use the sliders and you like that kind of control, it's got that option too. Again, the only thing that it doesn't really have that I do like in Lumetri Color is the curves. I think curves are such an important part of color grading. It also doesn't have color wheels, which is a little bit tough too. You can't like push certain amounts of certain colors into the shadows, midtones, and highlights. But you could do a combination. You could do all your color correction using Cinema Grade and then do a grade using Lumetri Color or vice versa. So again, this was the original look that we had coming straight out of the camera. This is what happens with a grade using Lumetri Color. The way that I decided to do it today, it's different every time. And this is a grade using Cinema Grade. Keeping in mind that I wasn't trying to do the same thing both times, you can see that this one turned out a little bit more kind of pink, a little bit warmer. This one's a little bit cooler, and it's got kind of almost a greeny blue tone to the shadows, and it's a little bit more of that kind of teal and orange thing going on. Both different looks. It really just comes down to whatever you like. So that's a look at how I color grade my footage, something you guys have been asking me for a long time, like I said, as well as a look at how you could use Cinema Grade to color your footage. Pretty cool program. There's some things that it's missing that I would love to see in there, but it does make things a lot easier in some other ways as well. I'll leave a link to Cinema Grade in the description if you want to go check that out and see what they have to offer. And as always, I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of this process? Do you do it similarly? Do you do it differently? Which one did you like better? Did you like the look that I had from Lumetri or Cinema Grade? Leave a comment below, and on your way down there, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.